HCAM News is supported by our viewers and by Hopkinton Drug, located in this historic New England town since 1954. They are a multifaceted store dedicated to providing clients with an array of healthcare options.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of HCAM News. I'm HCAM News Director Tom Nappy. On this edition of HCAM News, we'll talk with Water and Sewer Manager Eric Carty about a historical discovery in town. We will tell you about all kinds of great events coming up, and DIN Check performed at the Hopkinton Parks and Recreation Commission Concerts on the Common. But first, the school committee heard feedback about mask use in schools. At this past week's school committee meeting, parents made the case on why or why not masks should be mandated.
In due diligence, we reviewed the list and specifically reviewed the non-Hopkinton listed names, 92 in total, in an attempt to verify addresses and correct any addresses requiring corrections or updates. Using public property and address websites and our personal contacts and communications, we were able to verify that 58 of the 92 signatures had Hopkinton addresses. In total, by our count, we can present 491 signatures from individuals with Hopkinton addresses. Since we printed out our list yesterday afternoon, we have continued to collect additional signatures. As of this evening, an additional 27 people have signed our petition since yesterday afternoon.
For 18 months, our children's lives have been interrupted, while so many things have been taken from them or significantly altered, all while they're most vulnerable from losing social and educational experiences, not from a virus. They face massively greater risk of dying from the seasonal flu than from COVID, and we've never once thought to mask them then. We can look at how European countries withstood the Delta wave even after opening their societies, all while dropping mandatory interventions, including masks. Viruses mutate to survive, that's what they do, but they become less harmful and more treatable, just like influenza. There is no legitimate scientific study that supports the idea that kids should be wearing masks while in school. No admissible data shows that COVID spread is restricted by masks. Monday's Wall Street Journal refers to a North Carolina study that found not a single case of student-to-teacher transmission when 90,000 students were in school maskless. A child's mask is a symbolic security blanket to adults, not for children. How much are we going to alter our lives and behavior to accommodate a singular phobia? It's madness. I've shared with the committee ahead of time a study managed by Brown University from last fall and spring. The study featured schools that mandated masks and schools that gave parents and children a choice, like we advocate for, depending on their own risk assessments. There was no significant dichotomy in cases. In fact, the schools that allowed for mask choice showed less prevalence. Why were these outcomes not reported by mainstream media? Because if it bleeds, it leads, because fear gets ratings. I think we know that by now.
I am a research scientist at a local research-based biopharmaceutical company. I am here to show my support for making masking mandatory in schools in Hopkinton. Although I am not a parent, I am an aunt and a taxpayer and a member of this community, which I have come to love. And I have also been a part of the recent international COVID-19 research efforts. Due to my position, I was on a team that helped study the virus and understand its mechanism of action in the beginning of the pandemic. I know that masking up has become a political debate, but as a scientist, this is incredibly troubling. Peer-reviewed studies have shown that masking can reduce the risk of transmission of the virus by more than 70%. These studies are cited on the CDC website and NIH. I can send them to you if you'd like. And despite what the opponents of this mandate are claiming, there are no reputable scientific studies that show that wearing a mask can negatively affect the health of children. In a recent review by the NIH, they reviewed 2 studies done in 2019 and 2020, done on children wearing face masks, the only 2 studies available due to the recent nature of this pandemic. Neither study was directly related to COVID-19, and although they were very small studies, both concluded that wearing a mask did not affect gas exchange during rest or mild exercise.
It's all subterfuge, right? It's say one thing, do another thing. I think we've seen enough in the news. The people that are telling us to do things are the people that are not following those rules. So to subject our kids I think it's complete nonsense. I used to think teachers were heroes, just like nurses. I work in a hospital setting. I've been completely let down by the teachers, and not only in this town, in all towns. I thought you were there for the kids. When the times get tough, you showed us your true colors, and everyone's hiding in the house. So I don't know if it's teachers' unions, but I would encourage all teachers that feel strongly about anti-masking, step forward. Don't be beholden to the union. You can step out and say and speak your mind.
Street, and I have 3 children in the schools, entering high school, entering middle school, and entering Hopkins. So my concern about the masks is simply children are learning social cues and social expressions, and with the masks, I think it's incredibly difficult for them to understand emotions and taking social cues. And I also think that, coupled with the mental health situation that we've seen happen the past 18 months, I think is also an issue that we're going to be creating children that are not socially aware and maybe not self-aware. So that's my take on the masks.
We are trying our best to make the best decision we can for all students across the district. It's obvious from not just what we've heard here tonight, but what we've seen on social media and what we've seen in the email is that no matter what we decide, a good chunk of the town is probably going to be angry. So it's not specific to either or, it's whatever we do, there's going to be a large group of people, I think, who are unhappy.
A vote is expected on masks at the school committee meeting on August 19th. You can view the full August 12th meeting on our YouTube page.
View the entire school committee meeting at our YouTube page, youtube.com/HCAMTV. Water and Sewer Manager of Hopkinton, Eric Carty, told us about some historical pipes still in use that were discovered in town. Here's a look.
The Hopkinton DPW will be receiving a plaque from the Ductile Iron Pipe Research Association and has become a member of the Cast Iron Pipe Century Club for having a cast iron main that has been in service for 100 years or more. The pipe is discovered to be from 1883 and still continues to provide service to Hopkinton. There are also numerous other pipes around town that age back to the 1800s and early 1900s. The town's water and sewer manager, Eric Carty, told us more about it.
Yeah, so we were just inducted into DIPRA, which is a Ductile Iron Pipe Association. I think they are in all of North America, and they recognize any water system that has over 100-year-old pipe. And we still have a little bit left. We did the replacement on Main Street about 6 or 7 years ago. That was from 1884. And we still have some pipe that's in service today up on Pleasant Street that's also 1884. And I think the piece you took some pictures of earlier, Tom, is a piece that actually has the date of 1883 stamped right on it. And that came from up at the high school where our existing tanks are now. It used to be the town's original tank. I don't know the time. It had been when the water system was first started around the 1800s there. And they took this piece of pipe out when they were building the new booster station up there. And we cut the piece off that has the 1883 stamped right on it so we could keep it down here and put it in our display case down here. So, and some of the best pipe that we've had, the 1884 on Pleasant Street, we haven't had any problems with that since I've been here for 37 years. So they really made some good quality pipe back then.
That's pretty cool. And you mentioned there's a number of old pipes around town.
Yeah, this is probably some of the oldest. I mean, we range anywhere from the 20s and 30s. You know, pretty much every decade there's been pipe put in, 50s, 60s, or 70s. So with most pipe we have the issues with is kind of from the 50s and 60s. Seem to have a lot of breaks in those pipes. You know, the newer stuff is all hard ductile iron, so there's really not that big a problem with those.
All right, well, I guess it gives a whole new meaning to they don't make them like they used to.
Exactly.
All right, well, thanks for telling us about this, a little bit of Hopkinton history here.
All right, thanks for coming down.
We're going to take a quick time out, a whole lot more ahead. Don't go anywhere. You are tuned in to HCAM News.
HCAM programming is supported by our viewers, thank you, and by Phipps Insurance Agency, representing companies such as MapFree Insurance. Their family-owned independent agency is deeply rooted in the communities they serve and offer time-tested insurance products to fit individual needs. Since 1950, Phipps Insurance specializes in home, auto, business, condo, and renters insurance.
Welcome back to HCAM News. The Hopkinton Parks and Recreation Commission have hosted their Concerts on the Common series all summer long. Here's a look at some of their most recent performances.
Some of the most recent Concerts on the Common performances featured Dincheck and Hot Acoustics. Here's a look.
undone. She didn't know what she was headed for, and when I found what she was headed for, mama, it was too late. She's gone undone. She found a mountain that was far too high. Came the time she couldn't fly. It was too late. Oh, it's too late. She's gone too far. She's lost the sun. She's come
In the finale of the Concerts on the Common series for the summer, Jumpin' Juba will take the stage on Sunday, August 22nd at 5 p.m.
We recently caught up with the South Asian Circle of Hopkinton. Here's a look. Tom Nappy here, and we are joined by members of the South Asian Circle of Hopkinton. We have Ruta and Vanya here. Ladies, how are you?
Good, how are you? Doing good. How are you doing?
Doing well. Very hot day out there today. So before we get into talking about a couple of the events that you have coming up, why don't you tell us, what is the South Asian Circle of Hopkinton for those that don't know?
Sure. So such our South Asian Circle of Hopkinton, we are a community-based nonprofit. We were founded in September of 2018. And our mission really was to bring together, the collective strength and celebrate the culture, and also share the vibrant spirit of all our South Asian diaspora here in town. Our mission mainly is to connect the South Asian community of Hopkinton with the town's larger community. We like to celebrate our diverse culture of all the regions of South Asia. But at the same time, we want to be advocating civic engagement and improving Hopkinton's circle of support. In a nutshell, we are here for everybody in town, and our events are free for everybody to participate and learn and enjoy and celebrate with all of us. So
it's terrific. And Ruta, what are some of the things that you do with the South Asian Circle of Hopkinton?
So we have, like I said, the mission is to really connect our community, the South Asian community, with the larger, community of the town, and vice versa, right? So we do this through 4 pillars that we have. We have, as we formed our organization, we wanted to have 4 distinct areas. One was to celebrate our culture. We have rich culture here in the South Asian community. So all the regions of South Asia, and even we learn, about other regions in South Asia as we celebrate, and wanted to, spread this diversity and inclusivity in the town. So we mainly wanted to celebrate our culture. The second thing was community outreach. We wanted to find avenues to spread the existence of the members of the South Asian community to volunteer, be able to give them a chance to volunteer their efforts in the areas of education, whether it is social planning, arts or science, and any other areas, that will be benefiting the residents of the community in Hopkinton, and all ages of group, small or big, are welcome to participate in that. And also another very important aspect, the third pillar, is the civic engagement that we have. We wanted to advocate active community involvement. We wanted the community to come together to see what topics are hot in town, what is going on, how can we be useful, and be engaged by partnering with other local organizations in town, and spread awareness about Hopkinton's history and happenings. Be aware of the happenings in town. And last but not the least, we wanted to form this circle of support. We wanted to support other organizations and get support from other organizations, and provide this continuous circle of support to one another in town. So we want just basically to make Hopkinton even a greater town to live in. So
That's
yeah.
terrific. And I think one of the great things about Hopkinton is how much diversity there is in town.
Exactly.
So you have this very virtual 5K event coming up. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So the Such team this year has embarked on organizing and fundraising a virtual 5K event here in town. And this is scheduled to be in the week of September 18th through 26th. So throughout that week, it's a virtual walk, run 5K. You can do it on your treadmill, take your dog on a walk, have a family member come with you, enjoy, before the cold weather sets in, gives the time for all of your family to walk together. And at the same time, we are basically, you'll be doing a great deed, because this all 100% of these profits are going towards supporting another budding organization in town, which is the Hopkinton Emergency Fund. Now, just a little bit, when we learned about this organization, this was actually set up with the noble intent of providing emergency financial and personal support to community members. We just jumped at this because it is so close, especially in times like these, in whatever reach we can to help our community members with this effort. So, the Such team wishes to make this fun 5K community effort, and support Hopkinton Emergency Fund with whatever we can. So I really encourage everybody to participate in this. The details are found on the website, which HCAM is really thankful. I'm thankful for you guys to share that. Giving back is the main intent, but also, as a social aspect, every weekend we have organized like a social meetup. We meet at Hopkins parking lot, and we do like a short walk and run. We warm up and cool down and make friends with the community. So leading to the 5K, we have organized this weekly meetup for members in the community. If you want to, get your steps in early for the weekend, or just make new friends who have the same, goal of meeting fitness goals. So I hope, we get more participants, and people understand Hopkinton Emergency Fund, and get a T-shirt at the end of this event as a memorabilia for this wonderful 5K. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's a terrific event for a great cause. How can someone sign up for this virtual 5K? South Asian Circle of Hopkinton.org is the website to go to, and it has all the information there about the 5K, about Hopkinton Emergency Fund, and all that you need to sign up is all there on the website. So I encourage everybody to go there. It takes a click now to sign, and it is virtual, so we're not going to force anybody to meet anywhere if they don't need to. That's terrific. And another event that you have coming up in the near future is on September 12th, you have Chai on the Common at the Hopkinton Farmers Market. I hope I said that right. Can you tell us about that event? Yes. So I am very, very excited about that event. So we've Such has organized the Chai event for over 4 years now. Last year, as you all know, it was not possible. This year, the farmers market is in full swing, and they have been nice to give us a tent for the Chai event. So the Chai event on 12th this year is extra special, because we are going to be partnering with the Diversity Club in the high school. And I have Ivania Mathur here, who can speak about the Diversity Club. So in a nutshell, the event is we sell chai, which is It's time to talk about some happenings in town you should know about. The COVID-19 Emergency Housing Relief Program is taking place. The deadline for applying is September 1st, 2021. The support is for those who, due to loss of income or other assistance caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, are in need of help to pay rent or mortgage. All approved payments would be made directly to landlords or mortgage holders. For more information, visit the town website at hopkintonma.gov. Some upcoming events at the Hopkinton Center for the Arts include on August 23rd, the Fine Arts Academy hosting a program for grades 2nd through 4th. They're also hosting multiple programs. For more information, head over to their website, hopartscenter.org. Our Picture of the Week takes place on August 8th. The 9th annual and grand finale Boston Motorcycle Marathon ride crosses the starting line in Hopkinton. Hundreds of motorcycles raising money for the Jimmy Fund. You can find a whole lot more photos at our sceneinhopkinton.org. Upcoming town government meetings include on Monday, August 23rd at 7 p.m., the Planning Board. Catch that live on HCAM TV and also on HCAM TV on Tuesday, August 24th at 7 p.m. The Conservation Commission. For all the upcoming town government meetings, head over to hopkintonma.gov. Believe it or not, we are out of time for this edition of HCAM News, but don't worry, next Thursday at 6:30 p.m., we'll be back. From all of us at HCAM, thanks for tuning in. Take care, be well, and we'll talk to you again soon.